First at 6, international trade is getting more complicated, and some of Maine's small businesses are paying the price.
Yeah, one local business, a company that orders wool from the UK, only to be hit with a tariff bill costlier, I should say, than the product itself.
The I-Team's Dan Lamparello shows us how that mistake was fixed and the tools Maine businesses can use to stay ahead in this changing trade landscape.
For Kendra Millis, spinning wool has become more than just a passion.
So what do you do with extra? You start a business and you sell stuff.
She's run the Maine Fiber Workshop on the side for about 10 years.
The only goal I've ever had for it is to be self-supporting and to get me to play with fiber.
Much of what she needs comes from overseas, and lately that's meant more time spent fighting tariffs than filling orders.
I figured it would be relatively straightforward.
Complications started last month while trying to import wool from the UK.
I had never paid tariffs.
Millis got a bill from the shipping carrier DHL saying she owed more than $550 in tariffs and fees.
I assumed it was a mistake. I assumed that, because it was more than I had ordered. And the number made no sense.
But after calling the carrier to dispute the charge and find out how the errors happened, she was told her best option was to just pay up.
They said if I didn't pay the tariff within 5 days, it was going to get shipped back to the UK. But they also told me that dispute resolution takes 5 to 7 business days to resolve. So I asked, is there any way that you can put a hold on it so that it doesn't go back? They said no.
So you were in a lose-lose situation is what they were describing.
Well, and so is my supplier.
Days later, she says DHL finally corrected the issue, which stemmed from incorrect calculations on the quantity she ordered and its weight. And while the wool arrived not long after, she never got an explanation about how it happened. The I-Team reached out to the carrier for comment, but we've yet to hear back.
I only knew there was an error because it was so egregious, right? If they had sent me a message saying, hey, you owe us $92. I would have been like, okay, that's more than I expected, but I guess that's what it is, and I would have probably just paid it.
It can be complicated, and it can be very complicated for a small business that doesn't really have that expertise in-house.
Wade Merritt is president of the Maine International Trade Center and says it's been hearing from businesses large and small with similar tariff trouble. The organization offers support and guidance amid the changing landscape.
We have a broad network both in the state and outside the state to be able to point businesses in directions that they need and appropriate to their size.
And while businesses like Millis's hope to keep spinning along with that support, she just wants to see some consistency amid a confusing time for trade.
If the tariffs are going to stay in place, I would at least hope that they streamline the process, make it a little bit more transparent.
Well, another resource for these businesses is to reach out to members of Maine's congressional delegation. Many of them tell us that they've been hearing these same concerns, and some are supporting legislation that would repeal the tariffs or give more control over them back to Congress. We've posted their statements and links to more resources for these businesses on our website, WGME.com. For the I-Team, I'm Dan Lamparello. Marissa?
Good information, Dan. Thank you.